So is something really wrong, or am I out of gas? I never know, because I always have 6/4 of a tank. I'm hoping this is pretty easy to figure out, because the fuel system is so simple. You put gas in there, it goes into the tank, it comes out the fuel sender here, and there's one wire that comes off the fuel tank. This fuel sender is a pretty simple mechanical device. The engine pulls a vacuum along this fuel line, so this just runs directly to the fuel pump on the engine block. It pulls a vacuum and sucks fuel out of the tank. Attached to this is also a float that floats on the fuel inside of the tank. That sends a resistance signal through this wire, which correlates to the gauge measurement on the fuel gauge. My thinking is that maybe the fuel tank is not grounded well. Looks like there's really one contact that was pretty loose. So what we're going to try to do is diagnose whether it's the faulty fuel sender. Those are like, I don't know, $40. So if it's that, that's a pretty easy fix. Or it could be that our fuel gauge itself is faulty, but we can diagnose that by sending a fake signal to the fuel gauge. We can do that with a little bit of redneck electrical engineering. This is a rotary potentiometer, so as you turn this dial, the resistance in these wires changes. I don't know which one of these three it is, but we'll figure it out. This basically simulates as the fuel level is changing inside of the tank, that float is moving, which moves the potentiometer and changes the resistance reading to the gauge. So just to prove to you that this works, so as I twist this knob, see the resistance changing. So all the way from 0 up to 1,000 ohms, 1 kilo ohm. I believe the fuel gauges in these trucks are 90 ohm, so we should be able to send a signal from 0 ohms or ground to 90 ohms. That should simulate anywhere from a fully empty tank to a full tank. And in case you didn't believe me about redneck electrical engineering, I'm running this signal wire directly to the battery ground to make sure I have a good ground. I am jamming the red side of the potentiometer into the fuel sender connector. We have to remember to turn the ignition on first. As I twist the potentiometer, I can make the gauge move around to whatever I want. So it is slightly moving right now, but I'm going to call that close enough to 90. And let's go see what the potentiometer is actually equating to with the multimeter. Okay, I have no idea how close it's supposed to be, but that seems close enough to me. I remember when I first got the truck, the fuel gauge bounced around a lot, which I thought was endearing at the time. Now I'm wondering if either this connection is loose, well, I know it's loose, but this connection is too loose, or there's like a bad ground on the fuel sender somewhere. Right? What do you think? And what do you know? So if it beeps, we know we have a good continuous ground, which means it's got to be something else. Okay, before I take apart something I don't know how to put back together, let's just try to tighten up this connector first without cracking this housing. It's a little more secure on here. And if this goes to 0, I'm going to be really mad. Okay, still floating around. Good. So just to make access to the tank easier, the whole seat back comes off with 2 screws. It helps if you loosen the wrench. There's one. Why would they match? This side is the world's biggest Phillips head. Let's hope I can wrestle this up by myself. What are you looking at? I don't really know how to loosen this locking collar, so... Hey! Oh, that was pretty easy. Well, I smell gas, so I know it's not empty. Lock and collar. There you go, 90 ohms. So when this is sitting in the tank, that should read 90 ohms. That should be 0. Okay, so this never reads anything. Okay, so yeah, this is broken. How much rust do you think is a normal amount of rust inside of a fuel tank? Comments? What do you think? How do I plug this up for the night so my whole garage doesn't smell like gas? Okay, let's go inside. Oh! What's happening? Oh, I'm sorry. Am I keeping you up? Well, it's a good thing that's a sturdy box, because there's no packing material in it. It's pretty close to 0. Let's see what full is. That's 90. Cool. So this is the locking collar. You can see it grabs it on those little cams. So when I hit this with the hammer, I just made sure to hit all 3 of them to keep it kind of centered. That's pushing down on the gasket. This, I had to bend the fuel line a little bit to get it to fit straight. That's the old Teflon tape. I don't think you're really supposed to use Teflon tape on fuel fittings. If it starts to leak fuel, I will smell it. So I'll just keep an eye on it, make sure it all works. And can't forget. So, moment of truth. Turn the ignition on. It should go close to empty. Last time I put fuel in it, I probably put 5 gallons in, so that's about right. What do you think? Can we go to bed now? Yeah? You weren't very helpful tonight. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay.